I hate cheerleaders. I bet you were a cheerleader, huh, Miss Leone? Popular, friendly, pretty, enthusiastic. Yeah, you were a cheerleader. Camille's going to be one too. Like there's any doubt? I actually saw a Camille of the future today. Little pleated skirt, red and white pom-poms, blinding white shoes. And it was her voice that made me think of Camille. She just talked like Camille. How's that, you ask? Well, check this out. This is what the Rah-Rah girls were saying. And don't tell me you can't tell which one's the Camille of the future. Miss Sanders says someone's been, like, living in here. Seriously, who? Like, some homeless creep. She says he's been sleeping on the gymnastic mats. Oh, those! He's, like, eaten all her food, and she thinks he might, like, still be in here. Really? Yes. She, like, heard something crash when she unlocked the door. Maybe we should get out of here and leave her, like, alone with him. Besides, she's, like, already called the police. They'll be here any minute. See, you know which one's Camille, admit it. And I got this wonderful reminder of how much I missed my very best friend in the whole wide world because the cheerleaders were having their little gossip session right by my hiding place. The minute I'd heard people coming into the locker room, I'd cut and run. But I couldn't make it to the back door in time, and the only place I could find to hide and hold was a full-length locker. There was barely enough room for me, let alone my backpack. I wish I'd used the backpack as a seat, but I didn't have time to think that through. I wound up folded at the knees and neck, hugging my backpack. By the time the police arrived, I'd gone from feeling like a sardine in a tin can to feeling like a pencil of pain in a coffin. Cops looked around a while, then one of them started asking that Miss Sanders lady questions. There's a back door, correct? It's locked. And the door to the gym, it was locked too. But you can't exit either way without a key? Correct. Is there access from here to the boys' side? No. You said the phone was used? Yes, sir. That might get us somewhere. But no vandalism, not that I've seen. And here's where Camille of the future came skidding up to them, squealing, Look what I found! Look what I found! And what do you suppose she'd found? My backup undies. Of course, she held them out like they were putrid and revolting, but all they were was tattered and damp. That's also putrid and revolting. Whatever. I'd washed them and hung them to dry over a stall divider in the bathroom. Through the vent, I could see the cop take them and inspect the size tag, and I thought, oh crap. Damp meant they were recently washed. The size meant he was dealing with a kid, and the type meant the kid was a girl. And was totally busted. Sure enough, he sighed and said, It looks like your visitor was a girl we've been trying to track. A runaway? Miss Sanders asked him. He nodded. Her name's Holly. She ran away from foster care. How old? Miss Sanders asked. 12. All the cheerleaders gasped. Then Camille of the future asked, Is she, like, dangerous? Dangerous? Armed? Into drugs? The cop didn't answer her questions. Instead, he said, If you see her around, just call us. Do not approach her or try to befriend her. Because she's, like, dangerous, armed, and into drugs? Again, the cop didn't answer. He just said, Because we don't know how she'll react. Just call us. The other cop had been combing the locker room, and one of the things he'd done was open and close a bunch of full-length lockers. But the locker room was big, so after a while he stopped. When they were done talking, Miss Sanders walked the cops out, and the instant she was gone, the cheerleaders got all gaspy and gossipy about homeless people. I was walking by Macy's, and I, like, accidentally touched one. It was so gross. My mom bought this homeless guy a sandwich once, and when she drove past him later, she saw him feeding it to a dog. Last week, there was one laying on the sidewalk right around the corner from where I got my nails done. I thought he was dead. I saw one passed out on that bus station at the mall. He was lying in a puddle of pee. Ew, gross. When Mrs. Sanders came back, she told the Rah-Rah girls to get into the gym. They scurried out, and suddenly it was very quiet. I was dying to get out of that locker. I was pinched and aching, and my feet were numb, but I told myself to hold. Give it another few minutes. Make sure everyone's really gone. Hold. And then I heard Camille of the future's voice whispering, Holly, you can come out. We won't hurt you. She walked right past me. Holly, you don't have to be afraid. We want to help you. That made me so mad. She got grossed out just brushing up against the homeless guy, and I was supposed to believe that she wanted to help me? What a phony. Miss Sanders came to my rescue, calling, Liz, out here now! After that, it was quiet again, and when my body just couldn't hold anymore, I worked up the latch and eased out of the locker. At first, I could barely walk, but I hobbled into the bathroom and hid in a stall until blood had found its way back into the pinched-off places. Then I let myself around out the back door, climbed the fence, and beat it out of there, checking for cops the whole time. And now I'm back at the Greyhound station, waiting for the 6:55 bus to take me west. I am going to get on board this time. I've got a plan. Not a foolproof plan, but it's better than the last one. What makes me nervous is it involves fire.